So our crew's been at it for several minutes trying to get this one loaded on the trailer, and they're not having a whole lot of success. I can't tell if the trailer's too deep, too shallow, or what, but whatever it is, they keep hitting the anchor on the bow roller on the trailer. And actually, if you've ever owned a boat that's got a windlass, it's actually kind of one of those situations that, unless you've got a custom trailer that was basically perfectly built for your boat, can sometimes become an issue like we see here. So our crew's trying to work around it, and there is one simple workaround, and I keep waiting to see if they actually are going to do it. And that's release the windlass and just toss the anchor in the boat. And that's exactly what we're going to see here. So if you're ever having that issue and looking for a quick solution, it's not my favorite solution, but this one does work. Just drop the windlass a little bit, have whoever's trying to winch it up, just toss that anchor to you in the boat, and then put it back on as soon as you get it all squared away. But the real problem here, when you have this situation, is it's not a one and done. As many times as it's happening every time you try and launch or retrieve the boat, which means you need to find a more permanent solution by changing that bow stop out to something a little shorter, probably. But welcome back, crew, to the greatest show on earth, and that is the Miami Boat Ramps channel. I'm your host, Broncos Guru, and today we are down here visiting Point Marina. And our crew looks like they're good, and they're gonna finish getting this one set up to go. So our crew's in on approach, taking the slow roll approach. We got plenty of help ready to assist on trying to get this one onto the dock. And we're gonna hit stern first. Now they're gonna have to try and drag it over as the bow is just sitting out there in the middle in between the two ramps. So Cap leaves, jumps off, and he's gonna pull it over. And here comes our next crew in on approach, and the two guys have gotten lines ready. We don't have any fenders out, but at least we're partially ready to roll on this one. Definitely the slow roll approach as we approach the dock. So Cap turns toward getting the bow in on the dock. Our guy's going for the reach. It's strange, we've got lines, so I don't know why nobody's going for the line toss around the pole to try and get this one wrapped up. Cap's telling him, hey, get off the boat. One of them finally does. And they go for a line toss, and we got the miss. Our guy's got to go down there and try and grab it. And there we go. But they had two lines set up on the radio. I'm not 100% sure. I mean, it seems like it would have been a lot easier on that one if our guy in the bow would have just took that line, tried to toss it around the pole, or even the guy in the stern tried doing that, versus kind of having a little mess here at the end trying to get it together. And our crew's coming in on approach. And they push off the dock. Cap leaves the helm. His buddy grabs the wheel and turns it. But I don't understand again. Lots of people on the boat. Somebody could have helped Cap out here instead of him having to do it. Always a risky situation, putting somebody on the swim deck. So our guy better hold on just in case Cap gets a little throttle happy. We do have a boat hook up in the bow, but he's kind of missed where he was going for. The lines are both on the port side, and he's more in line with the starboard side dock now at this point in time, so he's going to have to back out and try again. So our crew's been at this one for a few minutes, and I understand trying to be a perfectionist down here at the boat ramp, but our guy, they've been going at this for about 5 or 6 minutes now, just trying to get this boat just perfect on the trailer. Now, the trick with that is this is more of kind of a deck boat, so it's got a little flatter hull, and typically they wind up sitting on the trailer pretty perfect on their own. I mean, it's hard to get one of these too much sideways because there's not a whole lot of dead rise on the hull itself, which means there's not a lot of room for the boat to try and lean. But he's telling her, I can't tell if he's telling her to go or stop. It looked like he was pushing for her to go. And it looks good to me. But he's telling her to bring it back down. Again, this is like the 5th time. So he's going to try one more time. I don't know how much more perfect he thinks he can get this. because it looked pretty solid to me on the trailer. So he's holding onto the boat on its side as she's slowly pulling forward. Pulling down on the gunnel, I guess, to try and get it to level. And again, they're back out of the water. He's double checking again. And she's put it in park this time, and he's walking out. And he heads to the driver's side of the vehicle, so I'm guessing he's going to have a little conversation of some kind with her. And he kicks her out of the driver's seat. Maybe he's good to roll. And here comes, it looks like we got a little Grady White coming in on the dock on 7 as well. Who it appears is going to miss on their first attempt also, as they kind of wind up just off the dock. So they got 2 people in the bow, so they're going to turn in, bring that port side bow close to the dock, hoping to get somebody to get a hand on it. And he's like questioning it over the bow rail. Like, do I want to jump over this? It doesn't look like a good idea. And quickly cautions against it as Captain winds up backing out again. Those pesky bow rails always getting in the way, causing issues. So Cap's going to come back in, make another attempt at this one. Are we switching sides? Yep, we're going to go from that port side to a starboard side dock. I guess try and see if the wind and current can push us in versus having to rely on somebody trying to jump the bow rail and get on the dock. So again, we're back on top of the bow rail though still, because that's how we got to do it. But 2 people on the ready this time. And Cap's still taking it in at a funky angle. He's turning in a little too hard as the stern's starting to kick out. Our guy's got a hand on the pole, but that's going to make it even more exaggerated. And he drops a leg underneath the bow rail. And there we go. Cap starts to bring her back around. And our guy finally wraps the line around the pole as well. Now he can just walk this line back. And it would make life a little easier, but Cap will slowly bring him around and get it done. And speaking of getting it done, we're going to go ahead and get out of here as well. As you know, we probably need to get out of here before the party really gets lit up here in the afternoon. If you've never seen really what it's like at Black Point Lake, this is it. Thanks for watching, crew. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Miami Boat Ramps. If you did, please check out our other content. We have Wavy Boats, who does a bunch of great things down at the inlets. My channel, Broncos Guru, do some great comedy boating videos there as well. And of course, we got Boats vs. Haulover, where man and machine take on Mother Nature down at Haulover Inlet. If you guys haven't already, go ahead and drop an anchor on the subscribe button here.